And now, the only channel on YouTube that keeps it real. What's up, brothers? I hope everybody's doing well out there. In tonight's video, I want to talk about why women love players and why women usually overlook nice guys. And the reason why I want to talk about this subject is because I see a fuck ton of this in the manosphere on the man side and the female side of the manosphere as well. You know, I see nice guys who are going through this, you could call it red pill rage phase, where they're starting to understand intersexual dynamics and relationship psychology and female nature. And these nice guys can't quite figure it out because every time they like a girl, she ends up choosing a player or a bad boy over him. And he's a good guy, right? He's educated, he makes good money, he treats her well, but she still chooses a player. And on the female side, you see women complaining because every time they find a guy that they like, they find out that he's dealing with multiple women. So they find out that he's a player. And everybody knows that these nice guys and these women are never going to get together. It's just never going to happen. So you're always going to have this issue of these nice guys never getting the woman they want, and the women always falling for players and getting their hearts broken by the players. So in this video, I want to talk about why this happens. I don't want to complain about it, and I don't want this to be like, you know, rage bait or anything like that. I just want to get into the psychology of why women go for players. And for all of you nice guys out there, you can see what he's doing that you're not doing, so you can still stay competitive. You know, you don't have to become a total asshole, but you can at least see what's going on here so you can compete and still get the women you want. Now, are you ready for this? The reason why women become addicted to bad boys and players is because players use women. I know that might sound a little bit counterintuitive. It might sound a little crazy. It's like, why would women become addicted to men that use them? Well, here's how it goes. What nice guys do is they pursue women, they chase women, they court women, they text them good morning, good night, and you know, they do their best to try to create a good, solid emotional connection with the woman. But in all actuality, everything that they're doing is kind of boring, right? It's just boring. Whereas what the player is doing when he's using her, right? And what do I mean by using? He is calling her on Saturday night at 2 a.m. because he wants sex. He's calling her on Friday afternoon because he wants some arm candy to take to a concert with him. He's calling her on, you know, whatever day of the week because he wants somebody to go to the nightclub with him. He's calling her on Tuesday afternoon because he wants to go get tacos. But regardless, every time he calls her, he's calling her to use her for something. He has something going on and he wants a woman to come spend some time with him when he's doing it. So he is, in all actuality, he's just using her. But in her head, every time he calls her, he has something exciting for her to do. So he is training her brain to see that he is a guy that brings excitement to her life. So regardless of what she's doing, anytime he calls her, she's going to pick up the phone. And when he invites her out, she's probably going to go. And for a lot of you nice guys, you might be dating a woman right now who might be sliding off with a player, you know, because let's face it, once she becomes addicted to the excitement that he brings to her life, she's not going to want to just stop doing that, especially when she knows in this day and age, you know, with the smartphones, with all the social media, it's very easy for them to slide off and get excitement when they need it. So it's not necessarily that women like bad boys, that they like guys that treat them bad, guys that cheat on them. Women just like guys that are exciting. And bad boys and players are not waking up, getting all emotional, saying good morning, good night. They're not calling her because they're sad. You know, they're not calling her with that boring shit. Instead, they're using her for excitement. And that's the key, using her for excitement. Whether it's sex, whether it's the nightclub, whether it's the concert, whether it's going out to get, you know, tacos, whatever, literally anything. He's using her for some form of excitement. And she understands, because, you know, it's like Pavlovian training. She understands that when he calls, he brings her a good time. It's as simple as that. And whether you like it or not, a lot of times this is how emotional connections are created. You know, when you spend time with somebody and the time that you spend with them is good time, it's exciting time, it's fun time, you're going to develop an emotional connection to that person. So a lot of times these women go out with the players, the bad boys, and they're relating this good time, this excitement to him, even though it's not necessarily him, it's what he's doing with them. You know, that's what's exciting. It has nothing to do with him and his personality. He may have no personality whatsoever, but the dopamine hit that she gets, you know, the oxytocin that she gets from being with him is where love comes from. You know, and if you're a nice guy and you're just, you know, pursuing and chasing, even though you're doing what you think is the right thing to do when in terms of building human connections, you know, you're not going to get that same reaction out of her. You're not going to give her that dopamine hit that he gives her. You know, it's just the way that it is. So if you're a nice guy out there, you know, the players already know what's going on. But if you're a nice guy out there, what you have to understand is you really only have two options. Option number one, you can get competitive, or option number two, you can lose. You know, and you don't have to be a total jackass, right? You don't have to be a complete like jerk to women, but you still have to adopt some of the same traits that the bad boy has, right? Instead of constantly blowing up her phone, chasing her, pursuing her, and, you know, trying to get this like connection going, instead, have a life, have things going on, have something going on Friday night, call her and invite her over, you know. And guys, it is perfectly okay on a Saturday night at 2 a.m. to call a woman and ask her if she wants to come over and have sex. You should have no shame. There should be no guilt. You know, you should not be worried about that. No player on earth is nervous or afraid or ashamed to ask a woman if she wants to fuck. You know, he's so used to doing it that it's just second nature to him, you know. So as a nice guy, if you're with a girl you really like, you should be doing shit like that. You know, you should be bringing excitement to her life because that's how she's going to fall in love with you. You know what I mean? I made a video about this a couple of years ago. It was titled, "Stop Asking Women Out, Do This Instead." And what I was trying to say in that video is very similar to what I'm saying in this video. It was like, stop, you know, dropping what you're doing and acting like you have no life and reaching out to women and being like, hey, you want to go on a date tonight? Don't do that. That's very weak. It's boring. It's lame. And whether you like it or not, she is going to relate the boredom and the lame, you know, she's going to relate that to you. It's going to be like you are depressing, boring, and that's just who you are. So she's not going to want to spend time with you. But if you have things going on in your life, fun things, and you invite her out to do those things, she's going to, you know, correlate that with who you are. Excitement, fun, you know, things like that. And that's what she's going to become addicted to. And sadly, for most guys, if they don't figure it out, what's going to happen is they're going to meet a girl they really like, you know, they're going to be pursuing her the right way, and they're going to come to find out that she's sliding off with the bad boy, you know, on the weekends, or, you know, whenever he reaches out, she's going to slide off with him because, you know, he's exciting, he's fun. And it's almost like a drug addiction. Like she's addicted to this guy, and you think you're doing things the right way, and you think you have this great relationship, but her loyalty is where the excitement is at. I hate to put it like that, but it's just the way that it is. So, you know, we got to face reality here, man. We can't be living in la la land. I know we're not blue-pilled simps, so we're not blue-pilled cucks over here. You know, we're trying to train you guys right, because it is pretty sad, guys, for me to turn on YouTube and for me to go through emails from both men and women, right? And men that just can't quite figure it out. Why do women cheat on them? Why do women choose the bad boys? Why do women choose the players? And it's equally as bad when women reach out to me, they email me and they want a coaching because they can't figure out why. Every time they like a guy, they find out that he's dealing with a lot of women, you know, and it's heartbreaking to them too. So if you want to fix this problem, the nice guys have to figure out how to be exciting. It's the only way, you know, it's the only solution. You're going to have to figure it out. And that's what I want to do in this video, because I see a lot of guys going down the rabbit hole and getting the red pill rage. And a lot of these guys grow to resent women. And a lot of women grow to resent men because they think all men are just players that want to use them, so on and so forth. This is a very simple fix. Very simple. Anyways, guys, I don't want to run this one on too long, but I hope this video was somewhat informative. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.